by Monster Energy. And let's meet these skaters.
So here we go, Felix, our first heat. Remember, qualifiers broke into 4 heats of 6 skaters. Mark Appleyard starts us off.
He's what you could call one of our veterans out here, and yet he's only 29 out there still getting it with the kids.
Former Thrasher Skater of the Year, Mark Appleyard. Up next, a guy who's only one of 3 dudes to actually win a Street League contest, believe it or not, Shane O'Neill.
That is an enormous, enormous accomplishment. And Shane is definitely one of the most technical skateboarders who's ever lived. And he really puts it in his runs and stuff.
We shall see what he's got in store for us today. This next cat, Felix, doesn't need much of an introduction. He's won the first 2 stops of Street League this season. The most successful man in this young league's history, Nigel Houston.
He's just basically the most winningest skateboarder ever, and one of the nastiest guys on the real streets as well as on the contest circuit.
We shall see if that knee injury, though, is bugging him, which we'll touch on in just a bit. Also in this heat, though, Street League rookie Jimmy Carlin.
Jimmy Carlin has such an unorthodox approach to the course. I'm really excited to see him get out there, and he's always having a good time when he's on his board.
Yeah, he's always fun to watch, especially in that big section. That's Jimmy Carlin. And then finally, rounding out this first heat, a fan favorite, got popped for days, David Gonzalez.
This course has a little less transition than the last course, but David always seems to find a flow everywhere he goes. I'm really excited to see David skate.
Well, we'll see what David and the boys have in store, but let's talk a little bit, shall we, about the format of the qualifier and taking a look at this beautiful course put together. But you get 2 runs, which are 45-second attempts. We take the top score, and you can skate anywhere on the course. And like I said before, your best score of the 2 counts. Also, as part of your qualifying attempt, we get into the big section. 6 attempts, best 4 scores count. So how do you get your total score? A run plus 4 bigs. And there you have it.
And you want to make sure you have a real solid run, because it makes it a little bit more comfortable for you when you have to end up on that big section.
Without a doubt. So there you see qualifying heat 1 here in the run section. Mark Appleyard getting us started.
Not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited right now.
This doesn't work.
So he's getting started with his first run attempt.
Blazing backside Smith grind to set it off. What a way to start this contest. Nollie nose grind, working that center area of the course.
About 10 seconds left here. What's Appleyard got?
He's got an ender, I think, right here on the bar. 50-50. And it's going to run timeout for him.
Well, it looks like Appleyard has run out of time. Playing it cool. That's his first attempt. Remember, he gets another crack at it. Scores coming in a 4.1. So the bar has been set. But Shane O'Neill, here he comes.
Real important thing about the run section is you want to kind of time those tricks so you kind of end up with a big boom. It really affects your score.
Yeah, it seems like the best scorers are the guys who measure that timeout perfectly.
Yeah, I'm finishing up with a little exclamation point on that big section. Nollie foot backside lip slide. Like, that doesn't happen. That doesn't just happen in the middle of a run. La-di-da.
Shane has been eyeing this course, Felix, thing, and it's patent made for him.
A lot of guys have been having a really good time out here. Big spin and frontside board slide, frontside feeble grind. This course is pretty street.
He's got room for 1 more with about 5 seconds to play.
Nollie the nose grind. Now that Euro gap right there is kind of tough to make it without a good boost. It's pretty flat, it's almost a flat gap. Shane had a really clean run out there.
So Shane's score comes in a 6.1 after 2 attempts from 2 skaters. Shane O'Neill on top. But here comes a guy who knows a thing or two about the top spot, Nigel Houston.
And although one of the youngest guys in the competition, one of the savviest competition skaters out there.
I would say he has his run section dialed in better than anybody, Felix.
Now, Nigel's been doing a lot of work in the streets, in the contest series, and he has a bit of a bruised knee. So he kind of has to be calculated because he has a lot of skateboarding to do. But yet, if he goes hard enough to make the final, he has a little less skateboarding to do tomorrow.
Remember, Ryan Sheckler is on the outside looking in here. So he's one of those big names. Nigel Houston already qualifying for the championship.
Starts off with a nollie crook, kickflip backside lip slide. No signs of weakness here. Backside nose blow with the illest form.
He's coming up with about 20 seconds left here in his run.
Big spin frontside board side to fakie. Going switch. Switch backside lip slide to fakie.
10 seconds left. He's got room for one more.
Oh, hard flip just leaves his feet. He catches it sideways. Usually he'll steer it back under him, but just couldn't get it under him.
So that's going to do it for his first attempt at the run section. Score comes in a 6.2. He overtakes Shane O'Neill for the top spot. But Nigel Houston, as we said before, a nagging knee injury. We'll see how much that comes into play this weekend.
I mean, you couldn't tell while he was out there. And even though he had that untimely bail at the end, still ended up on top. Strong run.
Here comes Street League rookie Jimmy Carlin on his first run attempt.
Jimmy Carlin is one of the 6 Street League rookies that qualified from the Barrick selection. Keeping it real street right there. A little bank to bench. Smith. Tail slide big spin. Kind of tough on the round rail.
He's got about 15 seconds to go here. Remember, each skater in each heat gets 2 attempts. We take the top score of the 2.
Oh. Another hard flip that kind of doesn't flip exactly how they wanted it to.
So Jimmy Carlin's first run attempt in the books, a 2.7. But like I said before, he's got another one in him to try and best.
I mean, the tough thing is that the reality is you kind of have to be perfect to make it all the way through. Perfect runs, perfect big section, and you're going to be looking pretty good for tomorrow.
Well, here comes David Gonzalez for his first run attempt. Let's see what the young Colombian has in store.
Way to set it off with a kickflip frontside board slide. Woo. Impossible over the rock patch. Frontside 360, no use of ramps there. Like I say, he just has this flowy style. Even though it's not a transitional style course, he still finds such a smooth run through it.
He's coming down to his final 10 seconds here in the run. Room for one more.
Big frontside flip.
5 seconds to go. Can he get it in? Doesn't look like it. Time runs out.
Yeah, that one time check he had, he should have probably just gone without checking.
Well, a great first run for David Gonzalez, a 6.5.
Takes the lead.
Putting him in first place. So now all of the skaters in the Heat 1 have gotten their first attempts out of the way. Here's Mark Appleyard starting it up with his second attempt.
Huge three flip. Mark Appleyard has such a signature tray flip.
.20 seconds to go here in his second run attempt.
Frontside nose right gets a little sticky on the way out.
He's got 10 seconds here, looking up at the clock. Thinks he's got room for one more.
Oh, kickflip crooked grind on the bank to bench. What a champion.
So Appleyard's run attempts in the books. a 2.9. So he'll hold on to that 4.1.
I got to tell you, Brandon, I'm a little excited about David Gonzalez. I think this is the first time we've ever seen him in the lead, although it's just the first group.
Something to be said for that, no doubt. Shane O'Neill, a guy who desperately needs a good day.
Once again, a perfect nollie flip to backside lip slide on that flat bar. It's an amazing go-to trick, don't you think?
Without a doubt. As we said, one of the most tech skaters we've got here in the league.
Big spin frontside board side to fakie. Frontside feeble grind.
10 seconds left.
Need an ender, Shane.
He's currently in third in this heat.
Oh, switch tray lip slide.
Just can't stick it. And that's going to do it for Shane O'Neill, his second run attempt. Score coming in, a 5.8, so he will hold on to his run one score of a 6.1.
I mean, Shane took the tech approach, definitely.
No doubt about it. Remember, we hold on to the top score of the two runs. Here's Nigel Houston, who had a 6.2 in his first run. Checking out live action from the DC cam.
Once again, strong run. I'm expecting to see Nigel's exact run again, but perfect this time.
Which isn't asking too much from Nigel this year.
No, it's actually surprising when he bails. But I know he took a look at that Jumbotron and saw himself in second place, and that's nothing he likes to see.
"15 seconds to go.
He's coming up to that hard flip right now. Ooh, chooses to go off the smaller kicker, makes it clean.
3, 2, 1. That is going to do it for Nigel Houston's second run attempt. He had a 6.2 in his first run. A 6.5 catapults him back up into first place with just a couple skaters left to go here in this Heat 1, including Jimmy Carlin.
Heel flips up that rock gap so comfortably, there's almost not even a bump there. Big kick flip. All these new generations of skaters have so much pop. There's that tail slide big spin out. I really like
seconds to go here.
I really like it when the guys kind of clean up their first run and start getting that flow.
Well, you're starting to see the strategy coming, Felix.
And the big ender gets away. Does he have time?
He's got 2, 1. That is going to do it for Jimmy Carlin's first.
We have one for the glory, though.
This one's just for the fans right here as he attacks the big. Does not get it. Ends up with a 4.7 in his second run. He will take that score. And to round it out, David Gonzalez with his second and final attempt here in the run section.
Kickflip frontside board slide. Impossible over the rock patch. Oh, wow. Kickflip manual up the Euro and across the gap. Frontside 360 the rock patch. He's got a great flow right now.
Got about 12 seconds to go here. Remember, these guys aren't just skating against their heat. They're skating against everybody in the contest, all 24 skaters.
Definitely.
He's got 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Will he get this one in?
Oh, that's how you want to end a run right there, with a huge backside 50-50 off the kicker. David Gonzalez sets the mark for the rest of the field to match.
7.1 Felix, and David Gonzalez has got to be feeling terrific.
The
After the run section.
First time we've ever seen him on top. Our second heat's gonna have to step up.
Without a doubt. Remember, this is only one half of what goes into the qualifying. They all have a big section coming up. David Gonzalez is your leader with a score of 7.1. Nigel Houston, though, right behind him. Shane O'Neill, Jimmy Carlin, and then Mark Appleyard. Coming up next, For all you watching this webcast on your cell phone, make sure you have a Mophie juice pack to keep your battery long lasting to catch the whole thing. Well, coming up next, Nige and the boys attacked the big section. Stick around.
When I started skating for DC, I really was looking forward to trying to advance a skate shoe. I really tried to go and progress skate shoes in a positive way.
That's the sound of freedom.
Basically, when this thing came about, it was just like, you either got to go all in or nothing. Oh!
Welcome back to the Jobbing.com arena here in Glendale, Arizona. Stop 3 of Street League Skateboarding DC Pro Tour, fueled by Monster Energy. Here's a look at some of our 9 club members from the big section.
That big spin frontside board slide, big spin flip frontside board slide to fakie. Almost put Bastion on top.
Bastion had to settle for second place there in Kansas City. But Nige Houston, this was his winning. He already had a 1, Felix.
Oh yeah, that was just for the people. A quick 9 for you. I think I'm renaming Nija. I'm now gonna call him Ninja.
Ninja. Trademark that, will you please?
AKA Ninja.
Well, you saw the run section just a little bit earlier. Now it's time for the big section. Heat 1, getting ready for that big section. Mark Appleyard, Shane O'Neill, Nige Houston, Jimmy Carlin, and David Gonzalez. And Felix, this big section here in Arizona, no joke.
I mean, sometimes these guys had a hubba, sometimes they had a rail. These out ledges are like no out ledges I've ever seen anywhere besides this arena right now. It's like a 6-foot drop at the end. And that 3 flip over the middle set of stairs, it's about a 15-foot sack of stairs right there.
Mark Appleyard not scoring as he didn't land, but you can either hit the stairs or you can hit the ledge. No rail, no hubba. They get 6 attempts. We count the 4 top scores. Up next, Shane O'Neill.
I've actually seen a couple manual tricks up there, really sketchy.
Shane O'Neill.
What a way to set it off. Backside nollie heel flip could be one of the hardest tricks to do over that set of stairs. Effortlessly.
Wow, a 7.3 jumps him up, and Felix, that has been his Achilles heel so far this season. Done very well in the run section, struggled with the big.
Well, this big section is so challenging. A lot of the guys stayed away from it in their run section.
Nige Houston.
Nigel with the nollie crooked grind.
Doing what Nigel does.
It might be the deal breaker here, you know? It usually is, but this one's just so critical. I think it's going to make or break a lot of people.
He takes a 6.1 in his first attempt. He settled in there, second place. Up next, Jimmy Carlin.
Oh, Jimmy missed that hard flip in both his runs.
Yep, he wants it.
Now he got a third try at it. I think we're going to see it. He has a couple more tries.
Here comes David Gonzalez.
So sketchy. Kickflip manual. Way overhead drop for David.
Gonzalez's score coming in, a 5.1. He'll stay there in third. But Felix, that drop, 5 feet 10 inches.
I'm actually really surprised it scored as low as it did, because so much could go wrong on that kickflip to manual in that narrow space up there.
Here we go, back up at the top, Mark Appleyard.
And the textbook Appleyard 3-flip. If you just saw a silhouette of that happening, you would know exactly what skateboarder was doing it.
Appleyard has to settle for a 5.3, jumps him up into 4th place. Remember, each skater getting 6 attempts, and we count the 4 top scores from those runs. Here's Shane O'Neill.
Oh, backside nollie flip gets away from him. Surprised he chose to do a backside nollie flip after doing that backside nollie heel flip.
This is where the strategy comes in, Fee. These guys know they've got to land their first couple if they want to be in it.
Nigel Houston, switch frontside tail slide.
But just textbook.
Oh yeah.
He's got a game plan.
He's one of those guys that makes it seem so easy.
A 5.5, all it takes to jump him up into first place overall. Nigel Houston, like we said before, still suffering from a knee injury.
But one could never tell.
So here's Jimmy Carlin, currently in 5th place. You see it needs at least an 8.8 to jump into 2nd. Won't get it there.
Normally Jimmy Carlin is a little bit more solid in the stair section, stuff like that. It really kind of says something for how challenging the Street League setup really is.
David Gonzalez for his 2nd attempt. Can't hold on to it. So he'll stay there in 3rd. And just like that, we're back up at the top of the list. Mark Appleyard sitting in 4th, attempt number 3.
Oh, nollie big spin. You got to give it to Mark. He's sticking everything. I mean, a lot of times the softest way to bail is to actually land on your board because your skateboard absorbs so much impact.
Here's Shane O'Neill currently in 2nd.
Oh, man. So
that's
under-rotated.
That's his 2nd miss, pivotal, that he lands his next 3 attempts. Nigel Houston currently in 1st place, and your overall 2012 season leader. Let's see what he's got for attempt number 3.
So sketchy. Switch backside 5-0 grind. I mean, he's looking comfortable out there.
A 6.1 matching his first attempt score.
Seems to be happy with his strategy.
The only guy to land his first 3 attempts in a row.
And pulling away early too, Nigel is.
Remember, it's cumulative as we're counting that run score plus your 4 bigs here in the qualifier. Nigel's doing it to perfection. But here's David Gonzalez.
There's that kickflip nose really perfect. We need a straight view of that. I'm sitting on the side. You want to see how narrow that ledge is.
Score coming in, a 6.6. Jumps over Shane O'Neill.
Not a bad score for a kickflip nose wheelie.
He'll take 2nd place in the heat.
He's closing that gap behind Nigel to just 1 trick.
Just like that, we're up to attempt number 4. Mark Appleyard starting us off.
Oh, trying to get that extra distance on that nollie big spin. Just didn't get the whole rotation out of it.
Here's Shane O'Neill, who needs to score this.
There it is. Big backside nollie flip.
A 7.2 for Shane O'Neill. Second place. He knows what's at stake here, Felix.
Yes, sir. And someone else who knows what's at stake. That was tough to say. Nigel Houston, flawless in the big section so far. Oh, that looked like it was supposed to be a half-cap crooked grind. Landed in a nose slide, and he still shoved it off the end of that. Man.
A 4.2, but he's still without a miss with 2 attempts left to play with.
When it didn't lock on that truck, it got kind of sticky, and he had to give it a little shove to get it off that ledge.
So here's Jimmy Carlin yet to land one.
Oh, switches it up and goes for a double kickflip. Jimmy's not having a good big section.
No. And you're seeing the guy's preferences coming into play. Jimmy hasn't even hit a ledge. Here's a guy who loves the ledge.
Kickflip frontside 50-50. What a sketchy choice for that setup right there.
A 5.8 jumps him up past Shane O'Neill. So David Gonzalez currently in second place. And just like that, we're on to attempt number 5. Mark Appleyard, he's only scored 1 trick thus far. Definitely needs to land here.
Oh, nollie big spin was perfect. Just a tiny bit under rotated on the landing. Gets a wheel bite.
So here's Shane O'Neill, who needs a 7.9 if he wants to jump into the lead.
Wow, Shane O'Neill coming to play. Switch tray flip. These are all Shane's go-to tricks, but that stack of stairs is just a little bit long.
So Shane will stay in third. So here's Nigel Houston, currently your leader.
Oh, man. Half-cap crooked grind. The drop is so high, he starts to kind of over-rotate and still manages to stuff it.
So a 6.2. Remember, Nigel has not even missed a trick yet. He is 5 for 5 in attempts. Here's a guy who's 0 for 5, Jimmy Carlin.
Oh, first person I've seen take that route right there. Go over the, not hubba, that big ledge, that big out ledge right there.
David Gonzalez.
I hope I get to see that before Jimmy Carlin finishes up. David Gonzalez having a great big section, just a great overall first heat street league performance here in Glendale.
So a 5.1 keeps him in second. David averages a 14.3 in this section. He was just at 17.5 prior to that, and he's still got a trick to go. So here we go, the final attempts for heat number 1 here in the big section. Mark Appleyard.
Oh, nollie big spin gets away.
So Mark Appleyard's day is done. But here's Shane O'Neill, who's got a 7.3 and a 7.2 in this section. Let's see what he's got in store for his 6th and final attempt.
He's coming back for that switch tray, it looks like. And there it is. Wow. Shane O'Neill. Such perfect style, so much control.
A 7.9 puts him in 3rd place overall in the heat. Let's check that out one more time.
Coming in switch, just perfect flick right there, catches it, and a little absorption there on the landing. Good night, you're just watching TV right now on the Jumbotron. Just sizing up what he has to do. Okay, where am I gonna have to take this to?
Oh, Randy Scheckler out there showing Shane some love. Nigel Houston, your current leader. Remember, this is just the first heat.
Gonzalez did make a final on Ontario.
We'll see what Nigel's got in store for his last attempt.
Oh my goodness, kickflip backside tail slide fakie. Come on. Never even seen him try it. This guy's a miracle on the skateboard.
An 8.7, the highest score of the day. Nigel Houston's day is done, and he can sit comfortably as he has a commanding lead through the first heat. Let's look at that one more time.
Look at the confidence here. Just kick flip, backside tail slide, backside 180, blind halfway around, drop 6 feet like nothing.
Already has his golden ticket, which gives him an automatic entry into the championship, winning the first 2 stops. And still coming out.
But he's just not the kind of guy to sit on the sideline and soak his feet. He's such a competitor.
Well, here's Jimmy Carlin for his 6th and final attempt.
Oh, yeah. I'm so stoked he went out with a bang right there. Kick flips over the outledge. It's about 2 foot wide, 20-inch wide outledge, 6 foot drop, and the bank at the bottom down there.
A 6.9. He lands 1 of his 6 attempts, putting him in a 4th position overall of the 5 skaters here in this first heat. And here's David Gonzalez currently sitting in 2nd place. He's got a highest score of a 6.6. He could take a lead with the 9.1 here.
Wondering what he got in his bag of tricks right now. Backside 5-0 grind, takes the safe approach, live to skate another day.
Plays it safe though, Felix, and does what you need to do, a 3.1, but more importantly, he lands 5 of 6 tricks.
And you're finishing your heat in 2nd place, you're feeling pretty confident that's gonna hold for the rest of the day. Could be a smart move on his part.
Without a doubt. So that's going to do it for our very first heat of the day. Let's go down to the 3rd member of our team, Erica Yeri, who's down there with Nyjah.
Nyjah, everyone wants to know about an update about your knee, but it seems like you're skating pretty well out here. Can you give us an update on your condition?
The update on my knee is it's feeling better than X Games, but it still hurts and it's still messing with me out here. It's definitely hard to land a whole 45-second run because when it gets to the end, it gets really, really sore. And especially on the impact on the big section, it's pretty tough on it.
You and I were talking a little bit about it, but what are some of the challenges of this course for you?
The challenges are
kind of makes transitions a little harder.
It's a little harder to get a good flow going. Like for example, for the last 2 courses, I was able to go like five times back and forth on the course and hit the big section at the end. And this time I can't do that. I don't have enough time. So the flow is a little harder. And then the ledges off the big section are insane. It's such a high drop off, and I think there's so much more chance of falling on like harder tricks than there normally is.
Well, we didn't see much falling from you, and best of luck to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks. Back to you guys.
Only 140 characters.
Thank you, Erica. Remember, for all of you watching this webcast, let's check out the Mophie charged up performance. Who else could it be, Felix?
Who better than Nyjah with that kickflip backside tailside to fakie? No matter what angle you show it to me, it looks just as good.
Nyjah looking in mid-season form already as we enter here into our 3rd stop in Glendale. A very good qualifying day for Nyjah Houston. Well, Heat 2 is right around the corner, but we look now at the current standings after Heat 1. Nyjah Houston, as we said, overall 1st place, but a great performance from David Gonzalez sitting in 2nd. Shane O'Neill right behind him in 3rd.
You could say David didn't make it too easy for him.
Well, Heat 2, when we come back, don't go anywhere.